you ever know that you're my hero? Asmanonza, how you doing? My chef, Kunjani Nam. Mafaku, welcome. Oh, you're a part of me. You're a part of me. What's up, everybody? We're taking this conversation back from what we had this evening. So yeah, or this afternoon. Time was it? Evening. It was evening. With Abud Kobela. So yeah, welcome to everybody. Sit back, relax. Welcome to pop in and say hello as we get the topic going. Parents, partner, kids. Who's first? The foundations of love. Here in my heart. The truth without you. Welcome to the Real Talk with Captain Lebo. It is a beautiful day. It's the 27th of November, if I'm not mistaken. We are chilling, we are relaxing. Let's hear it. 012 in the house, 021 in the house, 051, 015, 031, 014. 011. What's up? Where you at? How you doing? Sit back, relax, share your experiences with us as we get into it. We're talking about relationships, marriage, and understanding the foundations of the pillars that we hold dear in our hearts. Our kids, our partners, and our parents. So Captain, you're sitting back, relaxing. Who is that wind beneath your wings? Who? We had a very beautiful afternoon with Abutarona Kobela, our Solo, and our Zuxi, Abud Andrew, and we kept it going. I just want to know, from your side, what did you pick up from it? We spoke about the first love that most men experience, which is their mothers. We spoke about the second love, which is their partner, then followed by our kids. How do you class your love? How do you class your pillars, the foundation of it all? How to find a solid marriage between all those things, and how to establish yourself into a marriage of life with a partner that you fall in love with and want to grow with, who you can bring happiness into your life and be together. Welcome to the chilled conversation time with the Captain. Welcome to everybody. Sit back, relax, as we welcome everybody that is popping in. It is the 27th of November, and we're sitting back, relaxing, we're learning from each other. We are becoming an open-minded generation. I'm so glad that I learned from a lot of you. I'm so grateful that I'm connected to a lot of you guys. Absolutely amazing to your friends on the social platform like you to continue to learn from each other. So yeah, we're here. It is a beautiful evening in Pretoria. It's been raining the whole day, and I enjoyed the blessings of the heavens. And I want to say, welcome to the house of Amdaka. From my heart to yours, Kulega, Biekaya. Feel at home. You're an amazing person, and we would like to learn from you. So yeah, let's do this. Yes, we're just waiting. We're seeing everybody that have been invited. Those I managed to invite through, welcome, thank you for honoring the invitation. Let's see. I'm gonna play 3 songs. There's a second song is Dance With My Father by Vandross, as we allow everybody to pop in. You're welcome to request and be here. Abut Iman, thank you very much for that repetition of the topic, foundation of pillars in a relationship with the types of love. It only spoke about our parents are our first love, followed by our partner, then the kids come. For you, how do you class it? Who is first? majority of women came in. Not majority. This is the notion that we have in the world currently. They say that my kids come first, coming from women. Then comes in from the men saying, my parents come first. And then somebody came in and shared a very interesting story that the partner that they found was more of a baby mama, not a baby mama, a mama's boy. Let me put it that way. You apologize for that. A mama's boy. And yeah, so I'd like to say welcome to everybody. KG, welcome. Let's see. I know the network is doing a lot of things for a lot of people. I'm gonna be very short. So I'd like to say welcome to Manonza, welcome to Kolo, Lavalesane, how you doing? Kaladi, how you doing? KG, hi. Katleho, welcome. Inamputwami and Usis Sandiso, welcome to everybody. So I think we are on 7:38. At 7:40 we are going to dive into it, and I'm going to start the talk or the conversation that we're going to have today about the 10 signs that you are having a solid foundation for a marriage. And we know that we're always talking about umjolo, dating, relationships, all those things, but they have to grow towards something. They have to get to something else. So as I always said, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be chilling with you guys. Hi, my queen. How are you doing? I see you there. Welcome to everybody. Hello, Tulu. Yes, that's Tulu is there as well. So I'm gonna just dive into the 10 signs of what they are and what we've been researching the whole afternoon as people were talking. Putram Zulu, welcome to you. Osmanaza, thank you very much for everybody the likes and the gifts. And as we dive into it, so let's sit back, let's relax, let's see what we have in the evening today. So as an intro, welcome to Real Talk with Captain Lebo. The topic today is foundation of pillars in a relationship. And we want to talk about the types of love that we have. Ubud Gobela came in, talked about the first love, the second love, and the third love, which are our parents, our partner, and our kids. And we had that conversation for about an hour going on, and there is it. So let's sit back, let's relax, and listen to this. So I'm going to just dive into a quick research that I did about the 10 signs you have a solid foundation for a marriage. You have a solid foundation for a marriage. We spoke about a wedding day, a celebration, and we got to a point where the marriage is two individuals who were brought together by families or themselves when they met somewhere, but then they needed the families to bring them together. How do you introduce yourself to somebody else? So I'd like to say welcome, sit back and relax. Where it is your platform, it is not mine. So I love the new look. Bro, I had to do some self-love. So yeah, with that intro done, I'd like to dive into this one. And the first one, I mentioned it at the earlier conversation that we had, Putukopela. So I'm gonna pause the music, and then after I do this intro, I'm gonna bring you guys into one song. And I'd like to say to those who have lost somebody in their lives, for those who have gone through something in life, I'd like to say we are with you, we understand. We might not be able to relate to everything that you're going through, but I'd like to say from my heart to yours, I give you a virtual hug, and I'd like to say I love you guys. Thank you. This is what a retreat will do for you. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first one is you respect each other even when you disagree. I mentioned this earlier. Name calling and contempt aren't how you guys operate in a relationship or a dating phase of life. So instead, you maintain a respectful tone even during your most difficult conversations. If you respect your partner no matter what, this shows that your relationship can withstand anything. So let's say there's something else that we need to look at. How do you want to respect somebody else? And yeah, so we have our guest speaker who's going to be there and chilling with us when we do the men's I'm in your live. I'm in Lebo's live now, so he is glowing. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. That's amazing. So number one was that, and I mentioned that earlier on. It was something else that is the research came from Dr. Rodman, a clinical psychologist and a dating coach. The second one is you talk straight and fight fairly. You talk straight and fight fairly. What I took most from that as I was doing the research is that the more of your authentic self, like this is Lebo, this is who am I, this is me now, and if me, as authentic as I am, as I always come on lives and speak to you guys and share my deepest secrets, my deepest life mottos, my deepest life ways, and all those things, but I fail to come to our queen, Ugugu, whoever that is there, Usandis, whoever that I meet in my life, Utulu, or whoever, and I fail to deliver who am I, who builds me from within those pillars, then I am losing that whole essence of being an authentic self, and I bring that into a relationship. That is something else. Now, the less I silence, the less I silence this authentic voice, then I'll get to a point where I avoid the possibility of conflict and disapproval. The more solid the foundation of this relationship will be. And that's the thing. It's The Dance of Anger is the book that I got this from. The Dance of Anger by Harriet Lerner, a psychologist and an author of this wonderful book. That's where I got it from. So we're going to go into the third one now, and it says, you are not looking for someone to make you happy. You are not looking for someone to make you happy. In general, marriage doesn't make anyone happier. We enter marriage with a sort of baseline happiness. And marriage doesn't fundamentally alter that. So the fact that I'm going to get married to the queen doesn't mean that she's going to be the person that's going to give me happiness. I'll have the baseline of happiness. Come complete. And marriage doesn't fundamentally alter any of that. When an individual in a couple are able to fill their own cup. Okay, cool. So I come in and my cup is already chilling there. I love my cup tall and grande. It's already chilling there. I need to be able to refill that cup. From within. Yes, that's very true. Too. From within. And those are the things that the foundation of the pillars that we find. So if I'm taught from growing up as a person that I need to refill myself, I don't need to look for that in my partner. I don't need to go back to my parents and go like, can you please refill me? Because then I have the ability to do that. The moment that I get a partner into my life, that's when I understand how do I now start balancing that. It contributes to flexibility and freedom in relationships. So it will contribute to how flexible am I in a relationship, and the most important thing is that I will have some freedom. This is what Will and Jada were talking about. An individual completes themselves. Very true. The marriage is this marriage, then it will be less likely to buckle under pressure. And that's the thing. So we're getting into it. We want to understand, who are we? What is it that we're doing? And then this whole talk about making each other happy, how we get to it. I was sitting down and looking at the family and a couple's therapy sessions. How do they do it? And it forms into the whole thing that happiness starts from how you grow up, how your parents bring you up. And the parents doesn't have to be the person that gave birth to you, doesn't be the person that you grow around. We'll put Andrew here, and he was sharing a little bit before as we close the earlier session as well. And we're talking about now the partner part of things. Your partner, what is it that is going to most likely help you to not buckle under pressure? It's one of those people, the pillars, the most important things, the pillars. What type of love do you share with that partner that you have? And most importantly, what type of love do you give your kids, and what is it that you receive back? And that's another thing, is that we need to be able to grow into that. And that is what I got from family and couples therapy. And I went through that. During my divorce, I had to go through that and to understand as well, what am I going to do? So welcome to everybody that just popped in. We are now on number 4 of the 10 signs that you're going to have a very foundational marriage. You accept that the person you picked is not perfect. You accept the fact that the person that you've picked is not perfect. So face it, you are not perfect, neither is your partner. I am not perfect. I got my flaws. I've gone through life. The way that life was dished out to me, the way things came to me, and all those things. I'm not perfect. So the moment that I walk into Tulu's life, she needs to understand that Lebo is not perfect and accept that fact. And you must face it as well, that Lebo is not perfect. The good news is that a healthy, solid marriage is based on accepting each other. Like I posted something earlier on and I was talking about, will you accept me as I am? Will you accept me as I am? And I wanted to understand the whole thing is, how does one accept somebody if they are unable to accept themselves as they are? And we spoke in detail for about 2 months about self-love, giving yourself the time to understand that you are not perfect. You need to grow yourself. We should be able to carry each other. We should be able to carry each other. And the moment when you're able to carry each other is when you know that you can carry yourself through anything. And that's another thing. Hey, listen to this one. If there's a red flag at the onset, if there's a red flag at the onset, and I think a lot of us we spoke about that, a red flag. If there's a red flag at the onset, say a partner who drinks too much, or lies, or treats you with disrespect. Okay. So I don't know why they put the alcohol part in there, but I had to put it in because, and then I got to understand that behavior is something else. Behavior is an onset of a lot of things, and it leads us to end up having to get to a point where I am literally, like literally, now immersed in me, allowing that painkillers are going to be my daily thing. I can't sleep without drinking a painkiller. If I have a headache, then I'm going to have to like pop a pill there, or I'm gonna have to be drinking something for me to relax and all those things. And then it leads on, it grows, and this became apparent in my own struggle when I was going through a depression. I figured out medication was the thing that works, and then I went even a step further. I started using alcohol as something that I could cope with, and that didn't work very well for me. And I ended up getting to a point where I started lying, and I'm getting to a point where I started disrespecting the environment. And it goes a bit further than that. And when you go back to the other side, when you started about the whole family and couples therapy, is that what do you do? Your actions at the time. Somebody was having a very interesting conversation with me yesterday and saying, the moment when you're staying in a relationship because you're doing it for the kids, the moment when you're sitting in that environment and you're doing it for the kids, that is when you're starting to lose something. That is when you're starting to lose something. So just one second, guys. I just want to plug in this PC here, because that's where my stuff is. I've been researching all day and we are charged. Cool. So that whole thing is that your behavior around your kids, you might think that you're protecting them. You might think that you're building something around them. You might think that you're building a boundary between what you're going through and what they're experiencing. And the moment when you withheld quite a lot of information, the moment when you omit sharing quite a lot of stuff with them, and then that's when they just lose it, because they pick up those things. And then now the kids end up acting out with actions and words as well, in the times that you're not even expecting it, in the times where you're not even thinking that this kid's picked up on this, and then that's when it goes in. So these are our pillars, guys. Good evening to everybody. These are our pillars. Our kids are our pillars of happiness, of joy, of harmony, and of peace. And the moment when you contaminate that, the moment when you get that and then turn it around to become something, then that's when your kids are going to start losing it around you. And then they start acting out the same way that you've been doing things. I remember we spoke about something as well, where a partnership was there. They had kids, and then they both came into a relationship with their own kids, and then they had their own kids in there. So it was a blended family of them and their kids. So now, this is what happened. They started fighting as a couple. Now, the guy's daughter ended up seeing and feeling what was happening during the fight. He was not even aware that the child is absorbing all of these things. Then one day, they get together. Obviously, we are people, we have physical needs, and then they started having intimate sessions in the same house where they were fighting. And the kid was there. Believe it or not, whilst everything of that was happening, the kid started acting out. The kid just started bashing the walls, doing everything, and then we come out and go like, this child is being disrespectful to us. But that is not actually what it is. I think we now as parents, we need to understand the actions around our kids. What is it they're doing? The child was now acting out to say, why are you so in love now? But yesterday, even today, this morning, you're fighting. So sometimes we contaminate some or one the pillars without even knowing it. Very true, Sandis. Very true. We are literally there. We are contaminating our pillars. This is something that somebody came and said, I'm not saying don't go back to your parents when something goes wrong in your marriage. I'm not saying don't go back to the people baolailing. The people, but is basically they teaching you what to do and what is it that's next that you're gonna do in the marriage, how to treat a woman, how to behave as a woman, how to behave as a man, and how to treat your husband. When things go wrong, we're not saying don't go rushing back home. No, it's good to go rushing back home, but at what time? And also, how do you bring that information back to those people that are doing that to you? Abakufundisileyo, those who have taught you how to behave and how to handle and how to be thyself in there. So good evening to everybody. It's 7:52. Welcome to Real Talk with Captain Lebo. We're chilling. We're just taking over the conversation from Abut Kobela when we spoke about the 3 types of love, and now I'm broadening it up to talk about the foundations of our pillars. Our most important pillars, our kids in a relationship. That's one of our pillars. But most importantly is that the kids came before you came. The partnership came before the kids. So you need to understand, where do you put your whole pillars, and then now your parents came before you guys. So I'm not saying that the first love of you being in love with your parents, now you find somebody else and you need to go. Timing, approach, and humility. I didn't go home when I had challenges. I went to his home and it helped me. You know what I mean? So the foundation, the boundaries, and how you approach it. So we'll get into the 3 pillars, and I hope Utsulu still got them. Zuxi still here as well. We'll be able to do that. So yeah, I'm going to talk about another one, or should I just a little bit on this one, which I didn't actually I just left the red flags part, where now your partner is a person who uses substances quite a lot, gets to a point where he starts lying and starts treating you with disrespect. You are wise to think twice. You are wise to think twice, because that's when now you know. But the ordinary challenging stuff, he leaves his dirty socks on the floor, on the nightstand. She loses her keys every single time. She does her makeup and everything is left there. He leaves the toilet seat there. Isn't going to disappear once you say I do. It's not. So the foundation of your relationship gets to a point where you get, either you say, I'm accepting the person as they are, or I'm allowing them to do that. If there are red flags, you just walk away. You don't just walk away. Use 7915. You don't just walk away. You don't just away. It's wise to think twice. Sometimes you might be thinking of the red flags because you're thinking of somebody else. Knowing when to let go, or not knowing when to let go itself, it's just a red flag. Stop making excuses for bad behavior. That's number 1. The key is to appreciate all the good things and to somehow find peace with what is less than ideal. The key is to appreciate all the good things and somehow find peace and harmony with what's less than ideal. Is it normal to want someone to change? KG, there is behavior that you are able to change as a person. There is behavior that is there. Like for me, I'm a people's person, and it gets to a point where it's too much. So if you are a person who likes being private, reserved, sitting back, and you come into my life and you don't communicate that across, and I also don't communicate the fact that I'm a people's person, and then we find a glitch at some point. Now, because you are a reserved person, you're expecting me to change from being a person thing. And then now, as a person who's out there and speaks to almost everybody, and I now expect you to just leave your cocoon and then come and chill with me, with my people. That normally doesn't work. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But the thing is, compatibility is something that I always talk about when I'm talking about relationships. Is that compatibility is very important. You need to be compatible with your partner. You don't get into marriage hoping to change anyone. You don't get into marriage hoping for you to change. Thank you very much for that, Solo. You can talk about the tough topics. You can talk about the top topic. So that's number 5. So I'm going to stop it at number 5 as we get into it. This is a conversation. This is a conversation, and it's a very tough one. This is one conversation that doesn't even happen 3 months until we are in there. I think I hosted a talk about the 5 stages of a relationship, where it is literally something, and people skip the whole reality that, are we compatible? We skip that. Are we compatible? We skip that reality. Are we going to be able to build these goals together? Are we going to be able to go on and keep moving together regardless of what happens? There are changes that are productive. They are changes that are productive. I think that's what I'm getting from Zooks, is that there are changes that are productive. Remember, let's say we meet. Okay, I'm a father of 2. Right? You are a mother of none. You come into my life. Now, suddenly, overnight, in this relationship, you are a parent. Okay? How am I expecting you to grasp it and run with it from the moment go? That will be unfair of me to expect you in your 30s as a single person, or in your late 20s as a single person coming up, never having to even raise any one of your siblings. You just that person, you went to study, you're good at what you're studying, and you're doing what you do best. And then you get to a point where now you are sitting there, Lebo is here with his gang of 2, you have no one, and then I'm expecting you to just catch up with it. These are the type of topics that we never talk about. People like to say, yeah, now the people that I'm attracted to, all of them have kids. The people that I'm attracted to, all of them have kids. Now what do I do? Think about yourself. At the age that you're at, you don't have a child. There might be somebody else who's out there who doesn't have a child. So find somebody that you're compatible with, so you can be able to get to that level and then do the things the way that you are feeling comfortable to do. When a wrong behavior gets to be a habit, there is a right there. When a wrong behavior gets to be a habit, there is a right there for you to expect it to change. And now you need to understand, okay, maybe this is my auditing mind coming to play, talking about the root cause. What is the root cause? Where did it start? And I remember earlier on before spring, we were talking about where did gender-based violence start? And we're talking about the root cause and how did these people end up into that. Same thing with this, is a wrong behavior. What makes it wrong? And how does it become a habit? And how does it continue to go there? Hope Laiko, you can hear what I'm saying, and you can also elaborate for us there. And Abut Andrew, our big brother, says sometimes the red flags come because initially we told each other what we wanted to hear, not needed. Sometimes the red flags come because initially we told each other what we wanted to hear, not needed. Then let's talk about this number 5, and then we'll take guests. It's 8 p.m. Welcome to Real Talk with Captain Lebo, and I'm just gonna remind everybody what we are talking about today. As you walked in, I don't know whether you're scrolling and you found this interesting. I'd like to say welcome to everybody. This is Captain speaking. Sit back, relax. We are cruising right now. We are cruising at flight level 390. We're on a flight all the way to the other side of understanding the foundations of our pillars in our relationships with our parents, our partners, and our kids, and the types of love that you give them, and then the types of attention as well. Foundation plays an important role, and that's where we are going. Basically, people hide their true selves, but you can't hide yourself forever. Yes, Lulu. And we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that, which is one of the most pertinent issues. When people say, people lie. People lie. I don't think that people lie, to be very honest, when they are starting to date you. Like Umakoti says, they are telling us something that we want to hear, and what they want to hear, and what they want to do. I think that. But there are those narcissistic people who will actually just lie. I think that's it. I think that's that. When a person shows you who they are, believe them. Guys. Welcome. Let's just do this. You can talk about the tough topics. you can talk about the tough topic. Communication is the #1 problem for couples. None of us are perfect at it. As much as I talk like this, hey guys, believe it or not, I'm not good sometimes in a relationship. I'm actually learning to be a better communicator in that. But when we talk about difficult topics like money, sex, kids, relationships, or politics, and do so respectfully, we got a good foundation for a happy future together. I'm going to repeat that. Communication is #1 problem in majority of couples. None of us are perfect at it. But when we can talk about difficult topics like money, sex, kids, relationship, or politics, and do so respectfully, we got a good foundation for a happy future together. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about kids. Let's talk about guys. I'm gonna just from my experiences and everything that I've gone through. It's 8:08, and then I'm gonna do a quick remembrance song for those who have lost the most important person in their lives, and then we're gonna just dive into it. Money. Money is being an issue for a whole lot of people. Even personally, some people can't even talk to themselves about their own money. Another problem in a relationship, in a marriage, all of that. Some people have been in relationships that don't even know how much a person needs to survive. Like when you come into my life, I tell you, I'm a self-employed person. I run my own companies. I do my own thing. I have 2 kids. They require so much of me. My own personal life requires so much about me, and then etc. etc. I talk about those things. And then if you find the fact that one day I cannot take you to let's say cream for dinner, just for dinner, and I tell you I'm broke, and then you have issues with that, and then you rather goes to somebody else who will make sure that that happens for you, kudos, cheerio, bye, it's fine, we're not gonna work. Cool. Sex is another issue. Majority of people have gone through so much in their lives that they have experienced the worst side of sex. It could have been a bad that has happened. I'm not going to mention it by name. And hoo-ha, suddenly now we can't be intimate because, you know what I mean, this person doesn't see it as anything that's good. And then me, Lebo, being the lover of things, I've enjoyed it so much to a point where I've gone through and through and I've gotten to love it. And now I meet somebody who is not compatible intimately. That stage. So I've skipped the reality, and the person kept lying to me and saying that, no, I'll be good. And then suddenly, for them, these are 1 round people. And that's what the thing is. So that's how you're doing. Welcome to everybody. It's 8:04. We are chilling, we're relaxing, we're having conversation, we're about to take guests in. Let's talk about kids. I got 2 kids. You don't have kids. Or maybe you have kids, we don't know how to blend them together. We have issues with the kids. One is not doing well at school. This one is doing good at school. We don't know how to bring that together. I don't know whether to give you allowance for you, maybe to put input to have input in my kid's life. I don't know whether I need to have input into your kid's life because there's baby and daddy dharma, all those things. That's another issue. Religion, for some instance. I'm an empath. I'm a spiritual person. I don't frequent churches. I rather be with Bantu Bami most of the time. I go to churches for fellowship and all of those things. You like to be in church, that's what you do. I need to understand that. You need to understand me. How do we bring that together? The reality of things. Are we going to be able to grow that? And now, in the age that I'm at 35, meeting somebody with a kid, we need to understand how do we bring those things together? How do you make that work? Politics. Okay, Flip, I don't do politics. Well, I do business in government at the moment. So politics play a huge role. One of my clients, they're having elections now. So if I come back home and my ish is not going very well, how do I bring across the conversation of the boardroom about the politics that don't even affect South Africa? But the thing is, when it comes to driving strategic impact, when it comes to my aviation industry, I'm at the forefront. It doesn't matter who is sitting in a chair, but I'm at the forefront of the people who are in control at the time. And that's where I stand from a political stand of view. And those are the things that are so tough to discuss. Those are the things that are so hard to discuss. And that's what it is. So it's 8:07. Welcome to Real Talk with Captain Lebo. I try to just encompass the whole topic that we had this evening about that. So just to take a quick break, I need a quick smoke. We're just going to remember those who have gone before us, and we like to say Lalani Utolo. Sankumbula. And for those of you who have lost the pillars in your life, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna get through it. Please request, I want to hear you out. Andrew is gonna pop in. Tolo is gonna pop in. Zux is gonna pop in. Manonza is gonna pop in. And I hope we'll have even more people to pop in. Not necessarily in that order. And guys, just to say, we literally, I'm with my son this weekend. So we're here for an hour. So yeah, I just want to find this song again. Just one second. This is the song that goes out to everybody that has lost somebody. And good afternoon, good evening to everybody that is on the other side. And I'd like to say welcome to Real Talk with Captain Lebo. I remember you all that have gone past. May God bless you. Rest in peace. We're with you.
And the love that she gave, kneeling by her bedside, I can still hear mama sing. The people are depending on you, Shirley. Don't you let them down.
Kobela is in the house. Kobela, I don't know if I managed to bring it together. It's back. We are here. So let's do this. It's 8:10. We're here. We're learning. I would Andrew earlier on because of the dinner plans with my boy, but I got you here now. Butwami, please feel free to elaborate even more. And we tshwarele ko pele gape. We buse ka matorokisi. I don't know where you guys left it, but asambeng.
No, guys. Tabeman, it's very interesting, Waban. I think problem marona is that as Kibuli commenting in the beginning of getting courtship, herefasana ridana.
Yeah.
I tell you,
so. Who got courtship when I made it a tower? Edano, eco commitment state. Because at courtship, that's when we are preparing to,
to graduate.
Sorry, Sandy.
So Tulu, what I think Tulu wants to hear. You understand? I tell Tulu about the type of men that she wants. Not worry, I'm this type of guy, but I'm willing to work on myself to be what you need. You understand? That's where Momote. And then the person did not change. The person remained who they were. Remained who they were. Just that was the smoke screen that was there. Now you see the person for who they are. But now we come and then we ask, once we identify what we are identifying, are we willing to put in the work to sculpt to be the type of partner that I need? And the full potential the type
Thank
of
you.
man
I was waiting for that part. Rim abone the potential. To be towards the potential part. Like guys, I'm gonna say it as a core. You need to be a tree filer with this person. You are sure the tree was growing because the tree potential must grow towards the sun to flourish even more. So you need to cut it up so that it gets to that level. Don't expect the tree to just change. Don't push the tree to change, but grow with the tree. Get to that point where you can grow with the tree.
You know, my personal experience. I spoke, actually, I identified this thing a couple of months ago. Or my partner needs me to lead relationship. You understand?
Yeah.
But now,
as you're saying that, as you're saying that, and you want to answer this, so there are some women, if they don't find leadership, they walk.
Yeah.
If they don't find leadership, they walk. And I like what you said.
They
Your
go to the next
partner-
person.
Yeah. Because there's no leadership there. Wow.
Well, so I said, and I was like, if I can lead, I've identified I'm not able to lead this relationship because of various reasons. And then instead of next, let me tell this lady, baby, I see for identify I do not know how to lead, but I am willing. Please be patient with me because I've never had a father figure bonang leader. Marakupo ube patient trial and error. I will grow to be what you need me to be. I will grow to be the type of father that our daughter needs me to be. And I will grow to be the man of the house that our family needs me to be. But at this point in time, please understand what I'm going.
Hello.
Make voice is fine. There's something that Abud Andrew just said right now, and then you mentioned it, and Liz Zuxi mentioned it as well. So I'd like to say welcome to everybody. We have Ausulo, our resident two-seat holder speaker for the next men's conference. Abud Andrew, the coordinator of the men's conference 2022. They are on the line with us. We are chilling here. Abud Kobela, the founder of the men's conference, Tramto Sapitori, Banabako Touchline. We are here. Abutaka, you mentioned something, and you mentioned it earlier on. Auzuxi mentioned it as well, saying that you guys said men are not there. The men that want to be taught, they're not there. The men that want to listen to you guys, they're not there. Listen to what you. I think you heard exactly what he was talking about, saying, "This is what you need." But Kikopa, may you please give me that time? Because majority of people were not there in the earlier one. So what you guys were talking about, that links directly to this thing.
First and foremost, I need to take this time and acknowledge you, Abuti Andrew, Abuti Lebza, Abuti Gobe, like I am very proud of you guys. I am very touched from within, from the bottom of my heart, that you are putting effort. You know, everything in life is about effort. Even if Oka Reka Benti, if Osa Yisi servicing, Osa Tele Petrolo, as much as Benji is expensive, it will not save the purpose that you bought it into your life. Okay, let me come back in just a few.
Yeah, mothering is fine. Mothering is welcome. The Baraki, the men's conference created by them for them. Not necessarily that. We've had the Joburg one. In 18th of September, we did the Johannesburg, but it was a global one that was based on GBV. But we are going to start now having pertinent and very important, serious, tough topics that we have to talk about these days. And they're all going to be online based. We're all going to be here. We're all going to be joining hands and heads as well. But Andrew, as she is popping out to be a parent on the other side, I don't want to say a mother. I just want to say a parent. Because we are an open-minded generation. So we are parenting, as I am parenting as well. If my son shouts for me, I'm going to go like, yeah, but I wouldn't continue there. Like we have, we get to that point where you're talking to our partners and you're saying to our partner, that little bit of extra chance, that leeway, that allowance, that compromising stage for me to learn, to grow into this thing. Guys, there's something that I read, and I remember it was 20. I had my kid. My son is 11. It's 2011 now. I had him during 2010. I'm 35, so you can do the math. I was 22 when I was expecting my son, and I'm sitting there reading this book of how to be a father. I've never had a father. I've had mothers in my life, and nobody has prepared me to become a father. And I'm sitting there going like, how am I going to do this? Was I scared? Out of my... Literally, I was scared. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, how am I going to do this? So I get this book written by a white guy who grew up with his parents and everything. And I'm sitting there like, this is not going to help me in any way. So now I'm sitting with a person who has raised a cousin, no, a brother's son. Number one, a brother's son. And got to a point where she was able to grow up around kids in the family. I'm serious. I was scared. Serious, guys. We're bad. So, we are sitting there. We are juniors in parenthood. And then we are asking this question to our partner. Can you please hold my hand through this? And then they say, you are not man enough. I'm sorry. Why didn't say that? I was like, don't worry, my person. I got you. So now we are sitting there with somebody who cannot compromise with you. How do we deal with that? Our students coming back in. You guys can have a quick conversation. I'm gonna be here. No, how you doing? Welcome to everybody. It's Real Talk with Captain Lebo. I'm gonna repost the topic itself. And for those who the topic has disappeared on my copies, so I don't have it anymore. But the topic is there are types of love for our parents, our spouses or partners, and our kids, and we need to find out how much do we love these pillars, and then what is the foundation that we're setting for ourselves? Is it pre-growth education, or are we compromising, or get touch line?
You know what? I'm just going to be quick. Kemo.
Yeah, because we
so
hello,
Say hello. Hello.
It's fine.
Let me. So I'm just going to be quick. Sorry for. Okay, guys. Sorry, this
fine.
is
We are
just
parents.
so not.
I don't think there is anyone here who's not a parent. We are parents. We know that noise.
Okay.
We can hear. Continue.
Can you hear me? How's the background noise?
Yeah,
okay.
Perfect.
So I'm just going to be short, and then I'll be modi comment section saying, as I was saying, I even lost my trail of thought. So I was saying, you know what? I'm humbled. I'm humbled by you guys. I'm very humbled, and I'm lost for words. Abud Andrew, big up to you. You know, men like you who understand. Men like you who understand pride.
I'm laughing because
let me just be on the comment section. You know what? It's fine. Let me just be on the comment section. It's not working. It's late. She's exhausted. She's tired. She's moody. She's throwing tantrums. But nevertheless, she wants my attention now. So I'm saying, I would Andrew, everyone, to be in this masterclass. I am truly humbled by you guys. It's not everyone who wants to learn. It's not everyone who is willing to learn. And it's not everyone who is saying, I am wounded, please help me. And as women, can we just help each other? Like I said, for there's left and right, they balance each other, you know. I'm truly humbled. Even though I feel like now my mind has switched on to motherhood, so I guess I want to concentrate the handle. But thank you very much. It gives me hope. Lena, as a woman, then I know, you know what, not to be harsh, handle with care. Because most of the time, Reba harsh, Reba, I understand you. You thinking, no, he's a man, he must know, he should know. A man must kantelo wena o tshela petrol already mo mollong o ntseng o le teng kantele banna. I'm realizing this today for le banna, as much as we want to be handled with care, to be understood, to be heard, le banna ke batho ba nama le madi ba tshwana le rona basadi. You also need. Oh, can you hear me? So we also need to handle you guys with care. You know, hey, waiting, I've learned. Thank you very much. For waiting, Lilona, you deserve to be handled with care. You deserve to be understood and heard. You deserve that position. You know what? I understand. Yes, he is lacking, but that takes away nothing from him. He is still a man at the end of the day. As women, a mistake that we made. If ever, I understand there's like Abuti and said, but at the end of the day, now you are dealing with a real person on lady flaws. We have waited in another thing in our head for men must be perfect. No one is perfect. You enter into a marriage, into a relationship with flaws, you know. And as much as Mutomo analyze flaws, it means for you also have flaws. And not disregarding her, there are red flags that you also need to know when to leave, because when we stay far too long, we allow toxicity and we take toxicity as second nature, of which it's not supposed to be like that. But big up to you guys. Abut Andrew, I feel you. Struggle is how it's real, and I hope that your partner have an understanding with it. I'll handle it with care. Come home, your concerns, I hear them, and none of them I struggle with this thing. Handle with care, and you don't get those handled with care. Why the opposite attract? I don't know.
I hate that notion. I hate it. That opposite thing. I hate it.
Because when
never endure it so
long. Wait again. When okra or you know what? Ke batla hore ke handle with care. Ke batla ho understand that.
1 second. I can't hear you. Malwande, okay. Yes. Are you playing with the sound? Okay, you're watching TV, you're playing with the xylophone and the drums as well. Mute one. Cool. Back to you guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
this is allowed.
So it beats me. Wait, Okra the humblest man ever who has been wounded, but Abata, that thing, you know what? I want to be loved and loved because I don't want to repeat the same mistakes. Take who this is when that thing. And then Otakrea, a woman and then you get a woman waiting. I truly want to work on this marriage, keep it there for you, and then or maybe the experience is very different. But anyway, I have to love and leave you. But thank you very much for this.
I'd like to say this. I like to say this before you disappear and then be a parent. The words that you shared earlier on in the other live, talking about like learning what is it that we need to be. Like you said, we are mothers, and then that talk, I'd like to have that talk with you. I'm gonna send you a book. Please send me your number. I'm gonna send you a book about the things that you just mentioned now. It's Toxic People by one of our doctors. There's another book by Craig Wilkinson as well. The whole thing about the 6 virtues, the champion virtues of men. What is it that we need to do with pertaining to what you spoke about when it came to, we're not raising boys, we're raising men, and they are men from the word go and going forward. I'd like to say I'm grateful and I'm thankful for your words, for your comfort as well, being here and being able to voice out what you feel from the depth. This is a masterclass that is shared by us. You are one of the teachers and I'm a student when you speak, and I'm grateful that people are there. I do understand the network is doing the things, but I'd like to say Sanbonani to everybody. Welcome to Real Talk with Capt and Lebo. I'm going to do a 15 minutes with you guys where I just welcome guests. Like we said, this was part 1. It was never planned, and I shared only 10 signs of having a foundation for a marriage as a person, as an individual. Are you ready for it? So Austolo, thank you very much. Yeah, before Tamaya. Yes, I knew there was something else. So,
I'm such a chatterbox, waiting.
I thought I'm a chatterbox, but then I met Tolu today. Yeah, over to you, man.
Um, Barkinkana. I was then reminded. I know it's not on the list that you had talked about. You know, it gives me a sense, yeah, hore, then as men, hansili rutana, so hore, it's then okay to be connected with oneself, especially as men, because they are not then taught to be to express what they're feeling, to be in tune with their emotions. So that's why this is a master class, because, like, for example, I could say I would Andrew I would do Gobela, but there is hope for generation itang, yeah, our sons, because then, you know, the biggest challenge for one like pride and ego, you know, and as a result they hold on to things they don't want to open up. So I wanted to say, Horbaton, thank you. You strike me as a man he's very much connected to himself and a crying normally. You know, it's fine, you can cry. And it takes away nothing from your manhood.
Yeah.
We are here
Solo,
as pillars for you.
you will know who I am very soon. You will know who Kovela is very soon. You will know.
But
Don't worry, you will know.
it's not a challenge.
Yeah.
Gerald, it's not for a challenge for me to sort of see character or personality. It's not. It's really not. I can Banna, they believe in being mysterious, and there's nothing, you know, there's nothing really attractive.
I love
Guy
that
is mysterious,
mysteriousity 10
man.
years ago. As you spoke about that, the time that I chose to now sit down with my own mother, my own grandmother, and say, guys, no, like no. And then it happened again, like this weekend that just passed, where they had a meeting about where like my path towards my chieftaincy. And we're sitting and then they were talking about so many things. And I was like, no, guys, I'm 35, I'm a father, I have a house, I have a home, everything. As much as you do your grandparents' duties to my kids, just know that yes, I'm still a child to you guys, but Oksalayo, I've gotten to that stage. And then it sounded like, and I told them, like, I respect you very much, but right now, let's follow Hasporoshem. And that's that, is that you need to get to that level, you need to be able to bring those things across, because every single time. I'm not gonna be
And
that dog.
you know, I also have to acknowledge the fact that we are having a conversation, not an argument, and not wanting to prove who is right, who is wrong.
You know,
it's not about
I've always,
equality
I like what you just said.
power
What you just said
struggles.
now.
That is what I'm appreciating now.
From the live that one to this one now, from that live to this one now, there hasn't been, but a man must, a woman is, and all of that. It was an open, and everything came as a solution. Everything came as a solution to a problem that we've been having over and over again. And that's it, every single time. That's why when I get into a live, and then I always talk about, guys, let's not choose sides. Let's talk about a human being issue. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about. So, guys, it's thank you very much. Also, you can close your comments. I know I can leave you for the whole 30 minutes. I have no issues with that. But you gotta go be a parent. And there's one thing about me.
Yes,
my friends, they know I don't keep them away from being a parent. So yeah.
No, in closing, Pella is thinking, like, you say one thing and then it leads me to thinking of the other. Yeah?
Let me keep quiet.
I think like le abuti Gobela le ntate Gobela le ntate Druzane Loena as well. What I then take away from everything, and you put my gut down. In a sense, it was not you are a woman and I am a man. You know that thing of the power struggles in relationships. Those are things, silent killers of the relationship. You know, and Dopisa
I think it's like number 7 of my thing, of my talk, my notes. Somewhere there, number 7. What are you talking about now?
Okay, no, bye. Have a good evening. Bye, everyone. I have to be a parent now. Bye.
Yeah, please go be a parent. Kiss our daughter hello and good night. I see a whole lot of people are struggling with network. I'm also getting to a point where it's not reading properly. So this is what I'm going to try and do, because I think my laptop is doing its own updating on this side. The phone is doing updating. But I'm going to play this song as we wait for the next two guests. As I said, 8:45 we are closing the live. So welcome to everybody that just joined us this evening. It's been a beautiful 4-hour session. It started at Inhliziyo, who just brought in a very impactful what's on your mind conversation, which led to the 3 pillars of our lives: our parents, our spouses, and our kids. And he spoke about the types of love that we give them and how do they impact us in going so. And we took it over with a dinner break and came back at 7:30 with the captain on Real Talk with Captain Lebo. And we started talking about the foundations, the pillars, the important things that lead to those people being your pillars, the type of love you give them, your parents, your kids, and your spouse. Who comes first? But that was the conversation for the whole hour. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody that popped in. If you have been here with us for the past hour and you'd like to say, here's my salt and pepper, here's a little bit that is there. I'm going to try by all means to download this and then throw it back onto our YouTube channel. You want to go to the channel, go to my bio, click it, open-minded generation, subscribe. We'll upload this video as soon as we get the whole thing sorted. Apparently TikTok has its own times, its own issues, but I'd like to say thank you to all the gifters, thank you to all the likes, thank you to everybody that was a contributor to this session. This has been a very beautiful evening. I'm gonna play 2 songs. If there's somebody who wants to pop in, you're welcome to pop in and then do that. So yeah, now Inhliziyo yam.
Abantu manje wemalabi babebe zuzukuthi ngizophelela babangame ngoba manje ngiphethe ngothando kanti wena muntu wami ubukephi kunini mfunana nawe welaphi bengidlala abantu
Inhliziyo Yami by Coolkid. Coolkid, Inhliziyo. It's 8:37 and I'm grateful. Like I said, I will pop in for 1-hour sessions with you guys, chill with you, relax with you, and yeah. The success of this platform, the open-minded generation, is in support of everybody else who does their live sessions on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, everywhere. It's all about that. We come in, we collaborate, we share our deepest and most passionate states. We are very, very passionate about what we talk about. So please, we value your time as much as you value our time. Your insight, your inputs, and everything that you live for, that is positive to this world, that energy, we love it, and please bring it closer so we can embrace it, so we can be able to embrace our energy.
listen to the naysayers. Just listen to your heart, boy. I am only when I'm around me. Dizokuveza kwabantu. Tikunika inhliziyo yami. Tikunika isandla sami. Andikwazi nokuzibamba. Inhliziyo iyavuya. Thatha isandla sami. Dizinike kuwe baby. Ndithembisa ukuthi angeke ngikushiye. Asoze ndikushiye. Dizinike kuwe baby. Ndithembisa ukuthi angeke ngikushiye. Never give up on you. I will never give up. Dizinike kuwe baby. Ndithembisa ukuthi angeke ngikushiye.
Ball picker, send me your WhatsApp numbers. We will chat tomorrow. Today, I'm gonna watch a movie with my boy. But yeah, this is Lloyiso. I had a dream about you. As we are closing this live, guys, it's been absolutely amazing. You are an amazing input into my life. You are an amazing instillers of positivity in my life. I love the energy that you bring. I love everything that you do. You're absolutely amazing. You're amazing. You're amazing. I want to get this song. Ipilengom, ngivale ngayo le ngoma ngoba ukhona omunye lo ngizomthola. Bakhona abanye ababili bazohamba naye, abafazi bakamdaka labo. Ngithi ngiyabonga. Nangu Zano ngo Umakoti. Kanjalo ngithi ngiyanthanda nonke makhaya, ngiyanthonga nonke empilweni yami. From my heart to yours. Lena ke singile ke sale singile. Yay.
Brighten up my dark skies like day.
To the singlehood.
I wanna lose myself in you. Tell you all my secrets, it's true. Was it easy, oh me? Someone never died. My tsunami, on a kite, in a yesi.
Sabangena. Come on.
I've never felt anything like this. Not lying when I tell you you're my peace. Before lala kukantandaze, ngithi mdali wosicine umseni wakho. Kuze kube lula phakade, mina ngohlala ngikuthanda.
Lesenile khanya, lerato kaofela. I love you. Manabahetsu, it's been absolutely amazing. You are an amazing group of people. May my heart forever feel your warmth. May my soul forever embrace you. Have a beautiful night. May God bless you. May your ancestors walk with you through and through. May God give you the desires of your heart as you go and rest your soul, your heart, your mind, and your body. Remember this. Don't worry about tomorrow. God has got you. God has got you. He said he will never leave you nor forsake you. For he has plans for you to prosper, for you to have success. May God give you the grace and mercy. From the house of Amdaka, I respect you, and may God give you all that you desire and you deserve in His time, in the right moment. Thank you.